From the accident on November 10th, 2014, I remember almost everything about it. I remember going home from school, and normally my routine is to just let the dogs out. They normally stay in the bathroom, so I'd let the dogs out, and then I'd bring them back inside. When I went into the bathroom to let them out, there was this weird smell, and I was just thinking maybe somebody was there. I didn't know, so I just kind of brushed it off at first and went on about my day, just let the dogs back in, kind of sat on the couch. But then after a while, it just got so unbearable that I was like, I can light a candle and maybe something will help that. Maybe, I don't know, we can mask the smell a little bit. So I grabbed the lighter, and there was already a candle in the bathroom. So I lit the candle, and then everything just blew up. And my face was just really hot. And I didn't know this right at first, but I was on fire, and from the impact of, I guess, the explosion, it knocked me backwards, and I was probably passed out for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. I'm not really sure, but I woke up because my dog was barking at me, and like he knew something was wrong, so he was barking at me, like telling me to get up and stuff. So I got up and ran out of the house. After that, they loaded me in the ambulance, and they took me to Children's, but then they realized that Children's wasn't going to be able to do what I needed. From Children's, they transported me to Shriners Hospitals for Children in Cincinnati, right across the street from Children's. So from there, I just spent 38 days. The first night, I remember arriving here and having a bunch of doctors and nurses around me. But after that, I don't remember much until maybe the last week or week and a half, 2 weeks before I left and went home.
Lori, during Kilee's days at recovery at Shriners, what stood out to you the most about her experience here?
Just the wonderful care that she received here. She doesn't remember a lot, like she said, so it was hard to watch her go through that and not realize at the time that she probably wasn't going to remember. You know, the doctors and everybody, the nurses tell you that they're probably not going to remember because they're highly sedated, but you still think, wow, I couldn't imagine remembering all the pain that she endured. So it was quite challenging, you know, at the time. But when you look back now, you think, wow, they were wonderful. They were able to teach us what to do and, you know, give us advice, even though at the time we probably didn't want to hear the advice they were giving us. But
I remember my nurse, and she became really close with me and my family, and it was just really, that was my favorite part of it because I was going through a lot, but she was there and she knew what she was doing, and she was very personal with my family and me, and that was just really cool. And when I left, she was emotional and I was emotional, and I think that was my favorite part.
How often do you come back now?
I come back once every year.
Once a year now.
Mm-hmm. I was 16 years old when the fire happened, and now I'm 19 years old, and I go to Xavier University in Cincinnati. Since then, I've been through a lot, and I think that's why we wanted to write the book and do the foundation and the charity event. I think that's why we wanted to do it, because we've realized how much we've all been through together, and we wanted to be able to pay that back to somebody because we did receive the best possible care. So yeah, we just wanted to really help.
Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you and your family are doing now for Shriners Hospital for Children, Cincinnati.
A couple years ago, we decided to do a golf tournament and donate all the proceeds from the golf tournament to Shriners Hospital for Children in Cincinnati. After staying here, we had a new appreciation for it, so we wanted to pay back everything that they'd done for us, and we figured the best way to do that is to donate lots of money and get everybody that we know involved and pay it back. We wrote a book 2 years ago. It was both me and my mom, so there's perspectives from my mom when she went for things that I don't remember, and then there's me for things that like I was going through within myself, trying to recover. A portion of the proceeds go to Shriners we donate them to Shriners. We decided to do that because we wanted people who are like me in any situation, whether they're a burn survivor or just anybody going through a tough time, we wanted them to be able to relate to our story and be able to maybe look for some kind of guidance out of our book.
And you also visit other hospitals and speak to patients directly, is that correct?
Last summer we went to we went to Boston and then we went to Sacramento. I talked to them, and if they ever needed somebody to talk to, or the family needed somebody to talk to, they would talk to us, and we offered that because we knew that we could be some kind of help to somebody. Because when you're in the hospital and you don't know what's going to happen, your family's scared for you. They don't know what's going to happen to you. They look for some kind of person to tell them that it's better once you get through it, and we figured that we could help do that.
Lori, your family has started a foundation as well, and can you articulate a little bit about why your family has decided to support the Shriners organization going forward?
Well, it started out when she was in the hospital. People were wanting to donate money, and we told them, don't you do any funds for us, donate it to Shriners of Cincinnati. And it continued pretty much the whole time she was in the hospital. They were fundraiser after fundraiser. So when we started the Kilee Gives Back Foundation, it was started because there were people that really wanted to help, and we realized that. So the golf tournament was one of the things that came up. We started that golf tournament, and you kind of need to have a foundation, a nonprofit charity to run that through. So that's how we started it, and we've always felt like we would always want to give back.